Alright, I made it back here to planet Earth for another video. I thought I'd do one on the the 6 new strains I got from Asia in the last 2 months or so. This is the, I think they're half-red platinums, but I don't know. That's not what the guy called them. I did feed them some live baby sea monkeys, which they're chowing down on. That's what the cloudiness is in the tank. I'll see if I can... There you go. Yeah, you can see the sea monkeys moving, which you probably don't want to see. But anyway, the fish are filling up nicely, females. This one more than the other. So I'm not sure. I got to keep my eye on this one. There's been no fry in this tank. I've only had him a couple weeks. But she's not filling up as much as that one. So we'll see what happens. And the male's really beautiful. It's a pretty cool looking fish. I had ordered something that was supposed to be black Moscow with bright red tail and dorsal, but that's definitely not this. So these aren't new. These are the breeders of the snow white albinos. I put a couple of young males in with the older males. I should be getting some fry out of these knuckleheads soon. They can't get much fatter. I mean, this is ridiculous. So, I mean, they're definitely gravid. They went through the regimen of the medicated flakes. Came out okay. I redid the tank. Pulled out the prior group of plants. Put in brand new ones. Because they were getting a little scummy looking. So, yeah, we'll see. Should get something out. I mean, these can't get any bigger, really, without bursting. So, speaking of that, I just want to say glory to Glorzo. And hopefully you people aren't growing any eggs. If so, you're not going to get to the end of the episode. Now, that will mean nothing to you unless you watched the latest Rick and Morty episode, which was episode number 7. So, I think I've digressed enough again. But these are nice fish, no matter what they are. Once I get some fry and grow them out, I'll probably sell them as half-red platinums, because I guess that's what they are. These are the amazing-looking red albinos. These are his special line of them. I got one female that has the long fin gene. She has a brighter red dorsal. This one's got the longer dorsal, like a half-thumb type dorsal, which he calls something else. Both females are filling up nicely. They are also eating live baby brine shrimp. Like I said, the hatch on this tonight was incredible. I'm probably going to be able to feed all the fish in the fish room just with the brine shrimp, the baby brine shrimp. So, I'm trying to focus on the male. He's the coolest looking one in the tank. He's much more active when he's being fed. And I think we're all like that. So, we will monitor this tank some more. I should get some fry in here in the not too distant future, because this female is really fattening up nicely. See if I can get this to focus. Might be in there too much. There we go. That's a little better. But you can see the long filaments of the anal fin, and this one does not have that. But interestingly, has less color in the dorsal, like I said, and it's a longer, wider dorsal. So I'm thinking they're probably both necessary to keep the line looking the way it is, because the male, as you can see, has a very long, very high dorsal when he kind of extends that, which he doesn't seem to feel like doing. But so far so good. So I will get to some of the other fish. That's this guy. And let me get to that in a second. I'll be right back. Alright, these are the super dark black Moscows, as he called them. Once again, there is some live baby brine shrimp in the tank. I took the plants out so so you can actually see the fish. You can see her dorsal has extended or grown a lot more. Try to actually keep this focused and steady. The male's pretty stunning. That's a sharp looking male. Very wide tail. Much wider than what you would see in like IFGA shows. That's more like a delta tail, like a triangle. This one has the bigger pec fins and a very, very wide tail. So I love these. They look fantastic. They're basically full blacks with the larger pec fins, which I didn't know they were doing on Black Moscows, but these guys in Thailand are coming up with some amazing fish. So I will update on these. She's had one drop of fry about 3 weeks ago. She doesn't get gigantically huge like the snow white albinos, but I'm thinking she'll have some fry in about a week based on the last batch. So what says ew, a cow with no lips? How terrible is that? Alright, I can finally show you these guys. These are the super lace red snakeskins. You can see how intricate the pattern is on this male if I can hold the camera steady. And I kind of messed up a little bit. I started doing a water change. I did like 50% on this small tank. And one of these females was having fry. Most likely candidate is this one. And of course now she kind of stopped having fry. So we'll see what continues tonight. But the plants will go back in. And I will turn the lights out soon and leave them alone. They just wanted their time on camera. But I'm just really glad I can show you how beautiful this male is. It's a fantastic intricate lace pattern as he hides behind the female. Let me see if I can focus more. The tank is a little bit darker, like with a bit of a green, not really algae, a little bit of green water. See if I can get this to focus. Sometimes it looks better on the actual video than it does in my viewfinder. So we will keep at it here. So let me back up a tiny bit. I'm still not really seeing it, so you'll have to let me know if you see it. Because, well, of course he's also at the back of the tank, which isn't really helping. Let's see if he comes forward a little bit. He's a pain in the neck. Let's go, man. What the heck. I'll try to come back. So why does a chicken coop have 2 doors? Because otherwise it would be a chicken sedan. So I was going to start the video out, besides the Glory to Glorzo, on the Tiger Lace Snakeskins. I can't seem to hold this camera steady on. Let me back out a bit. They've colored up a bit more. Now, I was also going to start out in saying that all the fish I got from Asia have adjusted beautifully and I haven't lost a single one. But today, after I did a water change, I found a female in this tank had passed away. I don't know if I can find them, but she just had a bunch of fry. And I'm scouring the tank and I'm not seeing anybody. See if I can move this. Alright, I think some of them moved around. There we go. Besides some dirt, there is some fry in there. I think we got somebody moving there. There we go. Look at that. I'm not a liar. Son of a gun. So, actually you can, pretty good indication here. You could see that they're eating a live baby brine shrimp. Because now he's gone. But if he would have stayed there, you could see that his stomach has turned pink. Which is a great indication that he's eaten the live baby brine shrimp. It's probably the most nutritious thing you can give baby fish. And if they're big enough to eat that, of course, because stuff like rams, I don't think they're actually big enough for live baby brine shrimp. They need probably infusoria or some other crapola that's even tinier. But there you can see the little guy. He's going to grow out to look like this one. And really, really nice fish. They've adjusted well, except for the dead one. That didn't seem to go as well as I would have liked. But things happen after they have fry. It's a big strain on the body of the female. The male's not really knowing what's going on here. But we'll see. But anyhow, the other ones I got a little harder to see. This is a little bit greener. But female already had a drop of fry. Let me get this stuff out of my way. Okay, see if we can get somebody on the camera here. So there's the male. This male looks a little bit better than the other one. More color, better fins. The female, you can almost see her very, very fat. So she had babies about a month ago. And I'm expecting some more fry in this tank within the next couple of nights. I just did the water changes in these tanks a few minutes ago. Used a little bit warmer water for the treated water I put back in, and that usually spurs on dropping fry from the female, not the male. The male doesn't really care. So trying to get her a little closer, you can see that she's got black marks not only in the dorsal but also on the body. So that probably is what carries this on into the males, because I really haven't. These are kind of galaxy guppies with a little better of a snakeskin pattern. Let's see if I can show you this guy. He's closer, I think, and you can see there's some spots or tiger marks, I guess, as well. And also the pec fins. They're not large Dumbo ear pec fins. They are normal size, but they also have some black on them. And you can see this guy, if he stays closer, which he's not, has a little bit of orange in him as well, which is kind of cool. So hopefully that continues. But I've gotten one drop from this female. The female that died, I got 2 drops. I'll show you the next drop, the older drop, in a minute. And these are the young guys. And I'll get to the other fish. I think we've gotten, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the strains. I owe you, what, 1 or 2 more? I think. I don't know. I think I said 6. So what's the difference between a snail and a politician? Now, one of them is a slimy pest and leaves a trail everywhere, and the other one is a politician. Ba-dum-bum. So, I don't know. I might have told that joke backwards. Maybe not. I think I got it. Alright, let me get to the other ones, and then we'll wrap this up because I'm screwing up the jokes. Alright, I had mentioned that one of those super lace red snakeskin females was just having fry as I was doing a water change. There is quite a few in here, and you can see their bellies are turning nice and pink from eating the live baby brine shrimp. There's more somewhere up here, kind of all over the place. There's quite a few in there. Probably shouldn't have put the plants in yet, but that's what I did. So they're going to stay in this small tank, which is like a quart, for a night or two, and then I'll do a 50% water change and move them into a larger 1-gallon tank, either a square plastic 1-gallon tank, or they will go into like a snack jar, 1-gallon jar that's about a foot high, and then they'll be in there for a couple of weeks before I move them into a 5.5 or a 10. And that's kind of how it goes. So they look, they're active. They're going after the shrimp already. And I was trying to wait till this guy ate one, but he seems to be quite confused. I think he ate one we couldn't see. See if I can get my hand steady. Alright, and you guys gonna eat? Let's go. It's not like everybody prepares a meal for you. Ingrates. But very healthy, and I'm very excited to get fry out of the super lace red snakeskins, because I think I'm going to give up my other line of red lace snakeskins if these turn out the way the parents do. So I won't make my mind up until these are about 3 months old and I can see how they grow out. He said they breed 95% true, so we'll see what happens. This is the small drop of fry from the super dark black Moscow with the full black, basically, whatever the heck he calls them. I really don't do well with these names. I'm really at a loss sometimes. So they're kind of behind the plants. There we go. Now you can see that's going to be a male, and these are only a month old, but in my opinion it's going to be a male because of the total black coloration and the anal fin's starting to get pointy, and it's starting to look like he doesn't want to be on camera. Come on. Alright, well, it was nice to make a point that you can't see, but what do I know? That's going to be a female. You can see the gravid spot is starting, and that one's unknown to the left. So pretty much all the dorsals are the same at this point, and I think this one's another female, but it's hard to tell. I mean, they're just too young. So anyway, the final strain didn't actually come from Asia. This is almost embarrassing. You can see I have blue Moscows. One of the tanks of black Moscows that I set up a couple of months ago, the next drop of fry ended up being these very blue Moscows. So I kind of, I don't mind having blue Moscows, but I don't like that I've had it change. So it's probably all my fault. I must have missed one of the males that under closer observation would have been blue. And you can see this is definitely blue. I don't see any black in there. So I pulled out the ones that looked blue to me, which this one I'm not sure, but he's not the greatest looking. He's got some issues. The body's not quite right, and the dorsal's not as good as the others. So he may be going elsewhere, and I mean that in a nice way. But these have very nice dorsals, these two males, very active, and are definitely blue. I just have a regular fluorescent light over them, and they're blue. So I don't have an LED over them with a blue LED or two, so this is just a mistake I made. So we'll see what I get out of these, and if I end up getting more blue Moscows, then I guess I'll be setting up some more tanks to deal with a line of blue Moscows. Now the other 3 tanks I have of black Moscow breeders, they've all just remained black, so this was just a mistake I made. Apparently picking one of the male breeders must have been bluish, and I didn't notice, or that tank, they're just starting to poop out a little bit genetics wise. So it's important to see what the next generation will look like. The females don't look any different at all than a normal black Moscow, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, I just wanted to get a video up there to get some entertainment out there, and to tell you to watch Rick and Morty Season 4, Episode 7. It was very funny. And I think there was other stuff I was going to say, and I don't remember. I've completely blacked out. So that'll do it. Thanks very much. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can email me. I'll put my email address in the video description. And if you're interested in the high protein food that I mix up, which is like a crumble, very fine food, but you could feed it to all guppies, and some people buy it for their shrimp, and they seem to eat that. The bettas, they're a little small for the bettas. They don't seem to go after it as much, but it's 54% protein, 15% fat. Not a bad thing in it, and that's the end of the plug, and that's about it. So everybody take care, be careful, enjoy the time you get with your family, unless they're driving you crazy. And if you're just enjoying your time with your fish or your dog or cat, try to enjoy it, because they're probably really sick of you being around all the time. All right, take care.